What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back in here, one more reaction video, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, today we got a good one for you. This video is going to make you laugh. It's going to make you stand up and clap. And it's definitely going to give you hope for the future. We got a college student doing his thing and speaking big truth to the face of the beast that gives disinformation on a 24/7, 365 basis. Mr. Brian Stelter. I think that's his name, whatever the little weird potato head dude is. This is your first time to the channel, man. Welcome. Get yourself on in here now. As I've said, the goal is to reach 1 million subscribers and start 1 million conversations. But if we reach that 100 million mark and start 100 million conversations, hey, on God, we kill the narratives in the world, man. We just spirits encased in human flesh, trying to figure out this thing called life. We're not nearly as divided as the media want you to think. So if you like what you hear, please share this video far and wide. Now, I'm not sure what college this was at, but apparently they were having a disinformation conference, and CNN was there for whatever reason, right? And some freshman stands up and he asked the greatest question in the world. And I just had to make a reaction video to show you what his question was, but also pay attention to how Brian Stelter responds to his question. Let's go.
My name is Christopher Phillips. I'm a first year at the college.
Quick pause here to appreciate the irony of little Brian Stelter sitting on a throne like he's the king of disinformation.
My question's for Mr. Stelter. You've all spoken extensively about Fox News being a purveyor of disinformation, but CNN is right up there with them. They pushed the Russian collusion hoax. They pushed the Jussie Smollett hoax. They smeared Justice Kavanaugh as a rapist, and they also smeared Nick Sandmann as a white supremacist. And yes, they dismissed the Hunter Biden laptop affair as pure Russian disinformation. With mainstream corporate journalists becoming little more than apologists and cheerleaders for the regime, is it time to finally declare that the canon of journalistic ethics is dead or no longer operative? All the mistakes of the mainstream media, and CNN in particular, seem to magically all go in one direction. Are we expected to believe that this is all just some sort of random coincidence, or is there something else behind it?
It's too bad it's time for lunch.
Now, did y'all hear that? Too bad it's time for lunch. That was a very well put together question by the young man. Very well put together. It was all truth. And I would have loved to see how Brian Stelter would have sit there and tried to respond to that. But as I say, man, they run from the truth. They don't want to sit down and have a conversation with a person like me. Half the people watching this video, they wouldn't talk to you in public. Why? Because they don't have any answers for the BS that they're pushing out to the world. Like, Brian Stelter was caught pleasuring himself on a work Zoom call. The masses of men that I know would have been fired from their corporation or company immediately. So my thought is, what does Brian Stelter have over CNN in the first place? What leverage does he have where he can retain his job after behaving so inappropriately, knowing that reflects his company? I mean, my children's behavior reflect me, so of course this man's behavior reflects his company because he's known as a CNN public head. But how is it that CNN and all these other news networks can go around to colleges saying, I'm going to tell you what disinformation is? Like, this is why it's so hard for me to really judge liberals, because they're unconsciously lost. They've never lived in the environment that I've lived in, and all they've seen is the narratives pushed by the media, being reinforced by the music industry, being reinforced by Hollywood. So until someone puts a different narrative out or a different story, the masses of the world is going to believe the same thing. I spent this weekend in Ankeny, Iowa. It was probably 10 black people there, but they were great people. I got along with everybody. Everybody was respectful. And the biggest twist in the world is every time I do something, I finish it with God bless, because I believe we all need to share God's blessings. And here locally where I live at, anytime I say God bless, somebody gives me a funny look or get an attitude, and they never respond. But every time I said God bless you in Iowa, you should have seen the people's face light up. And my daughter even recognized it. She's 12, and she said, Daddy, when you talk about God here, it makes people smile. But when you talk about God back where we live, people get an attitude. And that's just something that's really going on in our world, man. God has been so far removed from just everyday conversations. When you bring his name up, people trip out. I'm going to start this over one more time because the question was great. But I just want you to pay attention, like how Brian Stelter respects. It's so unfortunate that we can't have I want to see Brian Stelter go on a Joe Rogan podcast. I would see Barack Obama, like all these people. I would love to see them sit down 3-4 hours straight, unfiltered, and talk. Because it would be very interesting to see what they really think. Or, I mean, we know they're puppets, but it'd be cool just to expose how much they really are lying to us on an everyday basis.
First year at the college.
Quick pause here to appreciate the irony of little Brian Stelter sitting on a throne like he's the king of disinformation.
Hey, yeah, that do look dope. Like this is my territory. Who are you? I am the king of disinformation. I mean, legit. He should put that on a shirt. He should start selling merch. King of disinformation.
My question is for Mr. Stelter. You've all spoken extensively about Fox News being a purveyor of disinformation, but CNN is right up there.
And the thing is about mainstream media, they push Fox News so much that the minute someone finds out the way I think, they say, oh, you must watch Fox News. Bro, I ain't had cable in like 9 years. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's how small-minded the world has become because of CNN and NBC. True story, my hotel room I was in this weekend, CNN is the default channel. If you turn the TV off, like if you're watching ESPN or if you're watching Lifetime or whatever you watch, if you turn the TV off and turn it right back on, it goes automatically back to CNN. CNN was the default TV in the hotel. It was the default in the pool. It was the default in the gym. It was the default in the lobby. It's really weird how they like control the world and got deals with hotels. And even at the soccer complex that we were at, when there was TVs in the lobbies, CNN was on the TVs. It's really weird what's happening in the world right now.
With them, they pushed the Russian collusion hoax, they pushed the Jussie Smollett hoax, they smeared Justice Kavanaugh as a rapist, and they also smeared Nick Sandmann as a white supremacist. And yes, they dismissed the Hunter Biden laptop affair as pure Russian disinformation. With mainstream corporate journalists becoming little more than apologists and cheerleaders for the regime, is it time to finally declare that the canon of journalistic ethics is dead or no longer operative? All the mistakes of the mainstream media and CNN in particular seem to magically all go in one direction. Are we expected to believe that this is all just some sort of random coincidence, or is there something else behind it?
It's too bad. It's time for lunch.
What a joke.
He's already dead.
But one thing I will say though, man, this video, it shows me that we have more kids with knowledge than we would think. I believe there's more Black Americans that think the way I do, Mexican Americans, Asian Americans. I really don't think most people are closed-minded. We're naturally conservative at heart. We want to take care of our family first, and then we'll worry about everything else that's going on. But like I said, when I was at this soccer tournament, I just look around and it's like, if there's no Black people that live in this town, and all they know is what's based on CNN, man, I would feel bad for them. Oh my God, they just gonna get killed by the police. Oh my God, they got a Supreme Court justice lady, even though she's really soft on pedos. You know what? It's the definition of ignorance is lack of knowledge, and most people are just blocked out from knowledge. As I say, man, we all have greatness inside of us. We all have genius inside of us, but someone else wants to control what you know. And who controls the flow of information controls the masses. That's why I say read and think for yourself, man. Study, study, study. Pick up a book daily. I don't care if you read a chapter or a page, but add something new daily. I'm a firm believer that you never stop learning. Grow or die, create or disintegrate. I'm 32 years old, and I promise you I still learn something new every day. And I plan to learn something new until it ain't air in my body no more. Until the day I die, I'm going to be learning and I'm going to be growing. Because I got children. And the further I push myself, the more they push themselves. Outside of that, though, I got to be just something different in this world. I say it all the time, but Ben, be the glitch in the matrix. You know, somebody told me I should put that on a shirt, and it'll come eventually. But outside of life, man, I just really want everybody to be happy. Like, I really, honestly, purely in my heart, want everybody to feel the happiness and the peace and the joy that I do. Because I understand life is an illusion. Like, you're born into this thing, and it's all this material stuff around you, but no matter what you accomplish materially, you still don't really feel satisfied. You don't feel satisfied until you get a spiritual connection with yourself and with your soul, and you understand the highest human act is to inspire. And that's what I'm here for, man. I just want everybody to feel really, really good about themselves. I want to be your personal hype man. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what life has thrown at you, but I know you can accomplish it, and I know you can rebound from any obstacle. And I don't just say that to make you feel better. I say it because I'm a living example. And If you can touch one life, you made a difference. That's all I want to do, man, is just make people, not make, but show you can get over at any adversity. I promise you there's not one thing that you can't overcome. But you can't turn to the media. You can't turn to the news. You can't turn to these churches anymore, bro. On God, you got to turn inside. Sit still and know God. Meditate, drink water, take vitamins, spread love, spread positive vibes. Be the change you wish to see in this world. Shout out to that young college kid. Until next time, we out.